The Arguing with Idiots is out now. I was talking to Don Imus this morning, and he said, my favorite part of the book is, and I don't know where it is, my favorite part of the book is, if it says, if you can read this, thank a teacher. If you can't read this, thank a union, teachers union. Yesterday on the program, I showed you what's happening in our classrooms, a video that is being played all across the country. It's called The Story of Stuff. Children's classrooms all across the country are seeing this.
I hold true to the vision and values the government should be of the people, by the people, for the people. It's the government's job to watch out for us, to take care of us. That's their job. Then along came the corporation. Now, the reason the corporation looks bigger than the government is that the corporation is bigger than the government.
Okay. Today, a listener of my radio program, Keith Dennis, called in, told me that his sons have had The Story of Stuff played at their school for the last 2 years, and he knew nothing about it until yesterday's segment aired. Keith is with us now, his two sons, John and James Dennis. Keith, well, tell me what happened yesterday while you're watching the show.
Well, we were sitting in our living room, and James walked through, and I said, James, have you ever seen this before? And he goes, well, Dad, I've seen it twice. I saw it last year, and I've seen it this year.
Okay, which one's James?
This is James.
Hi, James. How are you?
Good.
James, when you saw this video, and I'm going to show the little test that they made afterwards, what did you think of this? Did you think this is just true? This is the way America is?
Not really, no.
How come?
Well, I guess just like the way I was brought up and stuff.
Good job, Keith. All right, I want to show you, you sent me a test that was given, and this is all done in your own handwriting here. This is a test, and I want to bring up a few of the questions. Here's a question, I don't remember what it was on the test, but number one that we've pulled here is, according to the system, what are you lacking if you don't owe or buy a lot of stuff? You wrote down value. Is that was that the correct answer?
That's what the video said.
Right, you're lacking value if you don't buy a lot of stuff. The next one is, which group of people has the most exposure to toxic chemicals? You wrote babies. Was that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's also what the video said.
Here's my favorite. In the system, what is the relationship between the developed world, countries like the US, Germany, and Japan, and the third world? You wrote, we take things from the third world thinking it's ours. Did you get that one right?
Yes.
So, Keith, as a dad, you saw the segment yesterday. You saw your son produce this paper and said, yeah, you read it, and what did you think?
Well, I was pretty upset. I want to say, first of all, that the Sarasota County school system is an excellent school. Both these children are in a gifted program and do great work because of their teachers. But I had no idea this was going on, and honestly, I was really upset by it.
I understand you went and you met with the principal. Didn't meet with you today, but the vice principal did?
I did, and he said that he wasn't aware of the coursework. He didn't know about it.
When you showed him this, what did he say? Did you show him this?
No, I didn't have it with me at the time. It was at home.
Okay.
But I described it to him, and
did he seem to have a problem with it?
He just sort of shook his head.
Did he seem to have a problem with it?
He seemed he was very quizzical about it.
Okay. We've called the school, and we haven't had a scheduling conflict, I guess. We haven't had a chance to have anybody on about that. My question is, as I'm reading this, basically what it is saying is this indoctrination stuff is basically saying you don't have value and people aren't happy unless they buy stuff. And that's because we've become this industrialized nation. Now, they believe that if we just stop producing stuff, if we stop being so capitalist, we stop taking resources from other third world countries, we'll be happy. I contend that the reason why America is not as happy as it was in 1950 or in 1920 or whenever, 100 years ago, is because our priorities are wrong, but it has nothing to do with exploiting the planet. It has everything to do with losing faith in God. Can you imagine, Keith, if your son or daughter had a test where it said, why aren't people happy? And the right answer was because they've lost their faith in a higher power. Do you think there'd be an outcry?
Yeah, I think there probably would be.
Keith, I appreciate you being on the program. I appreciate you being an active parent in your kid's life, and I thank you so much for watching the broadcast. You can learn more about this indoctrination that is going on with your children, and more indoctrination that we outline in my book, Arguing with Idiots. Go get a copy. Go get a copy.
The water has reached a boil.